Well, hello, it's Gary Moore, the author. And I said that with my books that I was going to be reading some various passages, some various bits and pieces, from some of my books. And so that's what I'm going to do tonight. And this little prologue here is from this particular book, which is the Book of Books, The Call, Volume 1, which is my first full-length novel. So I'm just going to read the prologue, just to give you a little bit of a taste about what's inside the book. Now, you'll have to excuse my reading because I'm not very good. And I do have a little bit of a cough at the moment. Okay. Prologue. North Korea. The execution was designed to shock those gathered in the square. A terrible silence, weighed down by fear, tethered the witnesses to the spot. No one moved. The crowd, brought in for the all too familiar occasion, hardly dared to draw breath in case it caused the tension to fall upon themselves, as if the low intake of air through closed lips might be taken the wrong way. They all just stared blankly at the small group, alone in the middle of the sun-baked dirt square. Many of the crowd knew them by sight, if not by name. The little group was made up of two older men, an older lady, one middle-aged man, one younger woman, and two small children. It was obvious that they were all related. Grandparents, parents, their children. A family unit. 3 generations in ropes. They were kneeling, hands tied behind their backs, and their mistreatment was obvious. Even the little children bore the telltale marks of a fresh, severe beating. The blood on the small girl's face looked particularly terrible. Her eyes were closed, swollen from the brutal beating, fingerprints still on her arms and on the inside of her legs, where she'd been raped less than an hour before being brought to the square. She shivered as though frozen. A shock gripped her. A dark puddle of urine stained the earth around her. They were all dressed in ragged clothing that still bore the prison issue markings in places. The older woman's top was ripped, exposing her breasts. All of them were barefooted. A low weeping came from the small boy, 5 years old that day, and who would never see another morning, as the pain of the beatings overwhelmed him. Tears cut a twin line down his filthy, dirt-covered and bruised face, and they dripped, one at a time, onto the hard-baked ground. His pitiful cries were the only sound to be heard. Even the birds were silent, as if frightened away. Considering such a large crowd had been ordered there to watch, there wasn't even a shuffle of feet or even a muted cough. Just a leaden silence, except for the little boy's cries. Well, that's just the first few pages from the Book of Books, The Call. And I hope you'll buy it. I hope you enjoy reading it. It's my first full-length fiction novel, and it's available on Amazon. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy it.